which is the best cheap brush? Let's find out. Hi, welcome to Eclectic Vibes, where I do DIYs and I share with you some of my DIYs. However, this video this week, I won't have a DIY for you. I have something different to share, which are these. I love working with paint. I did a few flips. You can check them here or here, down there in the description, the links to all the flips that I did. And most of my DIYs involve brush. I have a lot of them. And in this video, I want to talk to you guys about specifically those really cheap, no brand brushes that you find, and if they are actually good. I have a few here that I want to compare, and all of these are from Mr.Diy. So before I go into my review of the Mr.Diy brushes, I just want to tell you guys a little bit about brushes. I'm talking about these general ones. So you find these in hardware stores. When you want to get brushes, you want to know what size of brush that you need. And then the other thing that you want to look for is the bristles. You've got the synthetic one, and then you have the natural bristles. The natural bristles are usually made out of animal hair. Most common is the wild boar, I think, or they call it Chinese boar, but for me, we call it babi hutan. They also sometimes use horse hair, squirrel hair. I'm not too sure. I need to do a lot more research on that. There are some brushes that has got different shapes. You have the slanted one. I don't know what you call this. Slanted one that's just like that. The shape is like that. And then you've got the round brush. But the easiest and most common shapes are these type of shapes. Like after I did a couple more deeper research about brushes, wow, there's a lot of brush, and I felt like suddenly I feel like, oh, I want to get all those brushes. I want to get those synthetic ones, the really nice ones, the slanted ones, the round ones, the whatever ones, the natural bristle ones. Yeah, I'm a geek, a DIY geek, paintbrush geek. With that, let's get into my review of Mr.Diy brushes. So, battle of all those cheap brushes, which ones are good? I have found one from Mr.Diy. There's a few choices of brushes in Mr.Diy. So far, I found these. No, wait. I got this from a hardware store. These are cheap also. No brand. This one doesn't have a brand. This one is from Mr.Diy. I'm very sure of that one. And then I found this one, also from Mr.Diy. So this you can find anywhere. This one specifically I got from DIY. There is another paintbrush that Mr.Diy has. That one is a little bit more expensive, and I think that one is specifically produced by this brand. But I haven't tried it yet. I will one day get that one, and I'll give you a review of that brush. But I want to talk to you guys about these two that I found on Mr.Diy. Now, obviously, you can see a lot of difference. The black bristle one is definitely synthetic. For this one, I have a brand new one here because I love it so much, and I'll tell you why I love it so much in a short while. It is synthetic, but they also have a disclaimer right here. It says, mengandungi bulu binatang yang tidak dikenal pasti. It does have natural bristles. For some people, due to religion, this is something that they would have to be a little bit careful about. But don't worry, guys. I did my research. I went on Mr.Diy's website. I think there is an official announcement somewhere in 2014 and 2015 where some people made a complaint that the bristles that are sold on Mr.Diy, I guess specifically this one, because it has their mengandungi bulu binatang yang tidak dikenal pasti, means that they don't know what animal. The animal specifically that is in question is the wild boar bristles. That's why they put out a statement that they have sent all those brushes that they have in their store. They sent out for a test to make sure the brushes are not specifically wild boar bristles. So for those of you who might want to know what kind of animal they use, rest assured that it's not wild boar. Would probably be good information for you guys. So you guys can share this out and tell people who have access to Mr.Diy brushes, these brushes are not made out of wild boar. That's aside. Now, if you get really cheap brushes, the common thing that you will face when you buy really cheap brushes is that the I don't know, the feel of the brush is really hard, like it's not soft. The biggest problem that you get with these no brand brushes is that they fray a lot. This one frays a lot. So when you're doing your painting, your paint job, you waste a lot of time. You pick on the brush bristles and it's very frustrating. But I found that this one from Mr.Diy, this one, let me tell you, this brush, it doesn't fray, very minimal fraying. And then the feel, maybe because this is like a natural bristle brush, you feel softer. As you can see, let me show you, the size is different. I'm getting a lot more with this because it's thicker. Like, look at that, this is thick. Although the width is 1 inch, but the thickness, that's a lot of, so this is like a little bit more rounded as compared to this one. This one is a little bit straight and very thin, and this one is really thick. In terms of painting, it does get the job done, but I really like this one because it doesn't fray at all. And this is just like, bleh. Get a good brush, guys. If you want to get a good finish, this one is a bit more smooth and you don't have as much streaks on your paint work. This one has a lot of streaks because it's really hard. This one is really soft. Not soft enough for your face, but yeah. So that's why I love this so much that I got 3 sizes. I've got the 1 inch, I've got the 1.5 inch, and the 2.5 inch. So check for handles like this shape, right? This one is the better brush as compared to this one. So this one, not good. It frays really bad. But get this one. So this is probably about 2 ringgit, 1 ringgit plus, and this is 150. So guys, get a good brush. Oh, and special mention, this brush, this is actually like a artist brush I got from the art supply shop. I really like this one. This is also synthetic and it's softer and it's really thin. So that's how thin it is. This is a bit more expensive. I got this for 2 ringgit 90 cents. I use this for my top coat. It does make the strokes a little bit more smooth, so I get this one for top coat, and for normal paint I will use this one. That's my review of these cheapo brushes. If you want cheap brushes, get ones from here, from Mr.Diy. Tried and tested, and I love them. So if you want to get this, go ahead, go to Mr.Diy and get these brushes, because so far this is really good. That's it, guys. That's my video for this week. I hope you guys like this type of content where I do reviews and comparisons of stuff that I use for my DIYs. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.